Is it how sweet it is to be loved by you, or is it, as I say every Monday morning, it is a vibe? What show is this? But I'll say how sweet it is to be loved by you nerds on this fine Sunday morning. What is up? It's me, your buddy pal, HeyArcher. Welcome back to HeyArcher Live here. Why is my shirt like that? I don't know. Here on Nerd Affiliated on this special Sunday morning edition. Sunday morning edition. The Sunday service for all of you. Yeah, I'll try to make this more fun than church. I don't know. Maybe you do like church. That's all up to you. But either way, we're here to talk about the religion of nerd as we talk about, movie stuff, toy stuff, all sorts of fun stuff, and how your Thanksgiving was, of course. If you have a YouTube channel, podcast, blog, vlog, OnlyFans, newsletter, smoke signals, whatever it may be, put it in the chat. Support one another. Plug yo shit. It was a fun week, an exciting week, especially for you, Dave, and the fellow Ghostbusters out there. Hopefully Josh had a good week as well. EC out there, probably you're on a hunt right now, I'm guessing. I'm assuming a couple people who stopped by might be on some hunts right now. So let me know in the chat what you guys have picked up. Any cool Black Friday deals you've picked up. Talk about that as well. I feel like I'm like firing better right now at 10 in the morning than 8 o'clock at night. So I'm loving this. But yeah, I need to do a live this week. I didn't tell you guys I wasn't going to do Thursday because I wasn't sure if I was going to do Thursday. So alas, here we are on a Sunday. Look at JB in the house, Marsha in the house. I'm telling you, everybody's coming in. Hopefully everybody's on a hunt. Olivia and Jake say hello. I'm doing all my chat stuff early as the song still plays because everything's out of whack. It's all out of whack. So I'll keep the cussing to a minimum. I'll try my best. But we're going to have a good time. And if you have topics you want to talk about, let me know. But without further ado, the man, the myth, the legend. It is me. It is me. As per usual, I'm the problem. It's me. Oh, man. This is like so nostalgic. It's like doing a nerdy coffee, but not really, but close. I'm keeping this alcohol free though. So I guess it's more nerdy coffee than it is HeyArcher Live. Oh God, coffee's so good. One of the wife's cousins is having a procedure done and can't have coffee. And I was like, that's like the worst thing ever. I would rather like not be able to eat meat, cheese, butter, like literally like anything else. But if you were like, you cannot have coffee, man, just put me down. Just put me down. But I'll scroll through the chat as per usual. Again, Josh in the house. Technically Josh, Olivia, and Jake in the house. Good to see you. And yes, you are winning first in Dave's Dimension in the house. Praise the Toys, Reverend Archer. There you go. Like I said, EC in the house. He is on that hunt. Love that. Love that. JB cussing in church. Like I said, I'm going to try to keep it to a minimum because we got the youngsters in the house here. So I'll try to keep it to a minimum. Marsha in the house. Good to see you. Like it's a whole family thing. You guys must be in the car going on a hunt. You guys are both in the chat at 10 a.m. on a Sunday. Morning wines. Hopefully you're not in the car then. if that's the case. Dave is making breakfast. The man collects in the house. Good to see you. Are you also on a hunt, man collects? Chris, are you on a hunt right now? Alcohol free. There's wine in church. That's true. That's true. What are you making for breakfast? What's the breakfast of choice? Not yet. All right. Guys off to a late start. You're all good there running around. All right. Sounds good. Yeah, what's the breakfast of choice? For me, it's and I didn't have it today, but I made it on Friday. I think Thursday. My days are all mixed up right now. But eggs and pancakes. Eggs and pancakes like on a holiday weekend. It's my jam. You need OJ too. You can't. It's not right if there's no like orange juice. You got to have that. But I was introduced to chocolate chip and peanut butter pancakes. And that might be my new jam. That might be the new jam. And it's not like peanut butter. Like you buy the Nestle like peanut butter chips, and you mix in the chocolate chips, and then you pour the batter, sprinkle that on there. It's pretty good. It was pretty good, I gotta say. So the jam has now gone to a new jam. Chris and EC always hunting. That is true. Lefty fried ham, eggs, and pancakes. What's lefty fried ham? Dave says scrambled egg wraps and OJ. Taking a stab. There you go. Man Collect says editing currently, but gonna head out a little later to see what's out there. There you go. Let's get the plugs out the way, or as the Man Collect says, social medias out the way. I forgot how to live stream. Hang on. Of course, Nerd Affiliated on Instagram, where you get more real-time updates and posts and all sorts of fun memes and things like that over on the page. You can also reach out to us directly there. There's nerdaffiliated.com. I didn't pull the tab up because, again, I forgot how to live stream. But nerdaffiliated.com, your one-stop shop for everything, links, merch, the podcast links, whatever your heart desires. But if you're into more of the Ghostbusters side of things, there is the Real Nerd Busters over on Instagram. There was a lot of cross contamination this week between the Ghostbusters page and the real page because of the Haslab, and we'll talk about that. Of course, congratulations to the Haslab team. But yeah, if you're into Ghostbuster stuff, there's that page. See, I had a couple more folks. We got Craft Collects in the house. When you open YouTube randomly in the gym, I'm in. There you go. That's where it should be right now. That's where it should be. Happy Nerd Sunday, Steve in the house. Good to see ya. Everybody saying hi to each other. Love that. Oh, leftovers. You call them lefties? I've never heard that. Has anybody else heard that? Lefties, as far or calling leftovers lefties? Interesting. I'm going to make the screen a little bit bigger. Am I still on there? Are you guys seeing two screens right now? You are seeing two screens right now. I told you, I forgot how to live stream. And you guys didn't even tell me. You guys just let it roll. Let's see. Switch to the other one. There you go. I was like, something looks weird. I couldn't figure out what it was. That was it. So let me make this. Yeah. All right. That makes sense. I was like, something's off. Something's not vibing right here. Let's see. Go back. You know what I miss? I had, some of you remember, I had foot pedals that when I would push it, it would switch the screens for me. I don't know what happened to that thing. It just like stopped working. I miss having that. It was just seamless. Absolutely seamless. Everybody saying hi to each other. The Ecto one sneaks across the finish line. Yep. Wait, there was a Haslab. Why didn't anybody tell me? I know, right? That's how it feels. I'm just... so JB had to text me on the side to be like, what's your problem? You've never heard of lefties? Yeah, I've never heard that term before. Lefties as leftovers. Is that a Southern thing? Is it a military thing? I'd like to know. Tell me, baby girl, because I need to know. Millennium in the house. But yeah, it keeps coming up. So let's talk about the Haslab. That was the news of the week. And a week it was. I'm telling you, if there was anybody I did not want to be this week, it was the Haslab team or the Ghostbusters Haslab team over at the at Hasbro. So I will say to you guys, I don't have it in the cup, but hopefully by now you poured yourself a little.
More specifically, vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer,
because it was quite the week. It was quite the week. Josh says your subscriber number is different than what YouTube says. Yeah, that's usually behind for some reason. I don't know why. On you mean down? Oh yeah, now it's at 2010. I feel like when I started today, it was like 1990. By the way, yeah, thank you guys. I didn't say that at the top. Thank you guys so much. Last week I mentioned we were close to 2,000, and so many of you like shared the posts without me asking, and were commenting and messaging saying, you're subscribing on different accounts, and you're telling your family to subscribe and all that stuff. So thank you guys so much for pushing us over 2,000. We're at 2019, I believe, at the moment, which was crazy that we just like jumped that high and it took us so long to get to 2,000. But thank you guys. Really appreciate it. If you're new here watching, even on the replay, let me know down below. And, share with a friend. Of course, share with a friend. Marsha says it's a global thing. All right. Everybody saying hi to each other. I love that. It was a nail biter. It was. Yeah, just updated. It was random. My homie got a scholarship to the college for being a lefty. Did he get a scholarship for eating leftovers? Is that what we're talking about? Okay, going to HasbroPulse.com. Yeah, the Ghostbusters Haslab has officially backed, and it is flying right now. Right now, it's flying. It is at 12,418. It was a slow build. And I really wish I could do like a poll to see maybe I will, but not that many people follow us, but I really want to know what pushed some people over the edge this week that they backed it. Nothing has changed. It is still the two options of the base model and the deluxe, $324 and $399 respectively. And if we go to geek.life.com, he's been tracking everything here, showing how it compared to the other Haslabs for Ghostbusters. And then they changed things up here. They added a couple projections based on what was happening this week. And all signs are pointing to it backing. I, of course, also predicted this week. I said it would back. Last week, I said it would not. Because if you look here, it went for, 15-ish days without any real change. So there was it was so random that all of a sudden it would spike the way it did when it did. Usually spikes happen kind of on the last day, as you could see here with some of the previous ones. But the spike started on, was it Monday? Going over here, we were tracking it. Yeah, so this was a week ago. About a week ago. And then this week, there was a bump. And then overnight, it just jumped. And then it just took off. It was off to the races. So I would love to know what made some people change their mind. Did they only just learn about it? What was the deal? Were they just I'm going to hold out because it's fun? I don't know. Checking in on comments real quick. EC says he thinks he's canceling his. Interesting. All right. Why do you want to do that? Dave says maybe a lack of good Black Friday deals. I somewhat disagree, but maybe it was people were waiting for big things to go on sale and they didn't. I think people were saving the coin for the last day. But that's the thing. It doesn't, you get billed on the final day or the day after, regardless. It's not like you take the money right away. Now, Hasbro, they did do, they dropped 2 ads last week. So maybe those helped. They did one with Ectotech and a couple other people. Then they did another one with Matt Cardona. I think that was also at the Ectotech garage. So it was 2 or 3 videos that dropped last week. So I'm not sure if maybe that was it. There are people online, believe it or not, who are on Ghostbuster pages that are like, oh, where do you buy that? How do you get that? So it's very much still a thing that there are a lot of collectors out there that do not understand how the crowdfunding thing works. They don't realize that, like, when it backs, you can't buy it after that. I read some comments where people were like, oh, once it hits the goal, when does it then show up in store? Like, there's a lot of people who still don't understand this thing. So, and it's understandable unless you really follow it. Why would you know how the crowdfunding thing works? So I don't know what it was. What I will say is there was one guy I watched that YouTube suggested to me, which sidebar, double sidebar, hit the like button if you're enjoying the stream. YouTube for the last like 6 months or so has really been pushing like small creators. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but you may turn on YouTube on your app, on your TV, and your suggested page or your home page will show, it shows new videos. That's usually what they do. They try to push somebody new. But when you get a chance, look at the people it's suggesting to you and check out their subscriber count. And there's a lot of people being suggested. I'm not the only one that's seen this. A lot of others have seen this. A lot of people are being pushed that have like 1,500, 1,000, 500 subscribers and getting decent views. So I don't know what YouTube's done to the algorithm. Awesome. I love that for everybody. So I think that for the time being, anybody who says YouTube algorithm is against them may not be as true at the moment from what I've been seeing. Nonetheless, I saw this guy, I can't remember his name. His page looks like it's a Ghostbuster page, but he covers a lot of other things. And he was breaking down the Haslab, and he was kind of nitpicking the things he didn't like about it and said he probably wouldn't buy it. Then yesterday he dropped a video and he went from buying none to buying 3. And then he's like, I'm gonna probably buy the 4th one as well. So he went from little interest. I think he even sold off his plasma collection. He went from little to no interest to, once it was backing, he's like, I'm going to get 4. He wants a Ecto 1, Ecto 1A. He wants a to mod one to be Afterlife, and he wants to mod one so that it's like the hearse when they bought it at the beginning of the first movie when it's all black. That's wild to me. That's wild to me. But either way, if somebody like that can go from 0 to 4, I'm wondering how many other people did the same thing. They were just like, F it. Just gonna go for it. I also, and then I'll get to your comments real quick. I also wonder if the 2 in the Box videos actually did help. Thank you to all of you who've watched our 2 in the Box videos or video. Voice break number 2. Our video. Hang on. Drink some water. Because something I was reminded of in that video, the Ghostbuster Haslabs, their qualities are really good. And even the wand, which is not a Haslab, I love this. I love the wand. I have 5 of them, or I've bought 5 of them. They're amazing. I feel like they're super undervalued. So maybe people saw the 2 in the Box and were like, hey, great value, great price. Maybe the Ecto 1 is better than I think. I don't know. Let's see. I think the Matt Cardona one was the better of the interviews. Yeah. Yeah, he's a legit fan. And he was even like, you need to buy 2. So maybe that helped. EC, if you do cancel, don't worry. We still love you. I get money and space are major, major, major factors. It's true. I thought that was going to be the number one reason why it didn't back outside of space was money. The fact that it ends December 2nd, rent, mortgage payments, all of that's due the 1st. The 1st is on a Sunday, therefore it's probably Monday if you didn't pay it on Friday. So I'm like, how many people are like, oh, I'm going to pay the biggest monthly bill I have and then also have $400 taken out of my account. Maybe it's still playing a factor in these. Just a horrible time to drop, and I have so many other things pre-ordered, and I'm more excited for the real Ghostbusters. Yeah, there you go. There's a lot of stuff on pre-order. I appreciate whatever they did. LOL. Mondo is giving everyone a fever. I need Batman Beyond to get restocked. Yeah, that one went fast. I got a baby channel hit. Maybe it'll be in the algorithm. Maybe it'll get there. Maybe watch Big Nerdy's Haslab investment video from last year. Do you mean my video, or is there somebody called Big Nerdy? You're killing me today, JB. Unless my brain's just not firing. 5 wands means you need 5 packs. LOL. So I shared this online, and you guys are all enablers. You guys all said I should buy another one. Let's actually, we'll transition into the sales that are happening right now. So I posted online, should I get another wand because of the sale happening right now? And back when I did a wand unboxing video, I mentioned that this release was my 5th one, my 5th purchase. And the reason being was the first time I ever bought one, it was a gift for somebody else who was a Ghostbusters fan. At the time, I was not. So I bought that for him. And then I bought one for myself when I decided to do the Proton Pack with the boys. Then I bought, I fried that one because I tried wiring the wand to the pack. So that one got destroyed. So then the third one was the actual working one that ended up on the 80% pack. Then I bought a 4th one knowing I would mod a full size, and then this one got released. So I bought that. And the other Afterlife one is still in the box. So all that to say, with the sales going on and talking about great value, great price, this ends up being like $86, I believe, for the sale, which to me is amazing for what you get. So that's why I'm on the fence. But there's been some pretty good sales, I got to say, over here at HasbroPulse.com. Going over to Marvel Legends, the one item I really, really want is this here. I really want this 2-pack. But the only reason I haven't got it was there wasn't anything else. Oh, sorry. There wasn't anything else like calling to me that I was like, okay, I'm going to buy that and this to get the savings. I believe this one ends up being like $32 for 2 figures, which is a great price. So this is the only thing I'm eyeballing right now outside of the wand. Let me just check in on the chat real quick. Patrick says, JB, I'm with you. Holding a 1-of-1 item down will only increase the value. Yep. Mobile Recluse in the house. Good to see you. I'm still on the fence with the Ecto 1 after seeing the Mondo GB line. I guess more people are into that line than I thought. So we'll see. EC mentioned that earlier today. He's more interested in the Mondo line as well. I don't know, 400 bones for 4 figures or 800 bones for 8 figures. I struggle with that one. I really do. But I get it. Patrick then says to Dave, they're doing another drop, but non-exclusive with slightly less accessories. Yeah, for the Batman Beyond. They tend to do that a lot. They drop the exclusive Mondo limited edition that has extra like head sculpts or accessories, and then they do another run of the mainline release without all that stuff. Louis in the house, good to see you. Can never get too much of anything. JB said, Big Nerdy, Matt Nerdzoic had a few videos on how some have bought multiple Haslabs and used one to pay for their one to keep. More true Galactus and Sentinel. Yes, I mentioned that before, where I don't know if this Haslab is that one to do that with. Something that I think that would have actually worked in this line of thinking recently was a Sentinel. And not the Haslab Sentinel, the recent one that just closed that I'm mad at myself for not getting. But I don't know how many Ghostbuster fans there are out there that would, see this at a show, like at a convention, and be like, "Oh, I'm going to pay $500 for that," or I'll pay the $600. Anything along those lines. So with the figures, if you buy the deluxe model and then you sell off the figures, when it comes to the core 4, you have to sell all 4 at one shot. Maybe you do sell them for $200, $300, and now you've got the Ecto. You only paid $100 for it, maybe. But the community is not that deep that I think you're going to make crazy money if you buy like 4 of these and then you think I'm going to sell 3 and do crazy numbers. I don't know if this is that Haslab. I don't know if this is it. And I only say that because the Proton Pack, a lot of people I know have purchased the Proton Pack for cost. Like they bought it from other people sealed for cost because people were not able to flip it like they thought they could. During Frozen Empire, there was a spike in Ghostbuster interest. So some people did sell for some decent money, like their Proton Packs, but that was a short-lived spike. And I saw somebody online on one of the Facebook groups. They're like, "Hey, I'll trade somebody my Proton Pack for a 2-in-the-box." Or no, sorry, I think for an Ecto. Because they're like, "Oh, I don't have the funds to get an Ecto, so I'll sell you one of my sealed ones." And they had like 2 of them stacked up. They just can't move them. So I don't know if the Ghostbusters community in the toy space is going to be beneficial for anybody who's trying to flip. I think the 2-in-the-box for sure, because those are smaller. Those are things that people are going to wear all the time. And they may break on people as they wear them to conventions. I need a new one. Oh, I don't have access to a new one. I'll buy it off somebody else. Maybe that. But definitely the Sentinel. Definitely the Sentinel. I don't even think it's on here anymore. Let's see if I do a search. No, they took it down. Where are you at? Do I have a picture of it here? This guy for $175. This one, I think, if you bought more than one, you'd be able to flip it at some point. Not for crazy money, but you could probably get back $25, $50 on this. Maybe. And that's if you're selling it in person. If you're shipping it, you're probably going to eat costs because of shipping. But this one, if there's anything in recent days where I'm like, oh, buy multiple if you do want to try to flip, I would say this is it. Because there's a lot of people who, bought one, right? Kind of skeptical, not sure. I mean, I was one of those people. I ended up forgetting and not getting it. But a lot of people who were like, I'm just going to buy one just because I don't think I have the space and the cost and all this stuff. And who knows? Put this thing with your X-Men collection and you're like, damn. There needs to be more than one of these things. I didn't buy more than one. Now you go to a reseller and you get a second one or a third one. So maybe this one. And the Marvel Legends fandom is also way bigger than G.I. Joe. The one that I don't know if it's bigger or just more obsessed is than Ghostbusters. The one I don't know if it's bigger or they're just more obsessed is G.I. Joe. Because G.I. Joe Haslabs sell like crazy. Pre-orders come out, sell out right away. So I don't know if there's more G.I. Joe collectors than Marvel Legend figures. They're definitely more, not only just like religious, but they're more like hardcore about the vehicles and the ships and all that. I'm passing on the Sentinel. I'm currently reworking my space. I need you to freaking 3D print one of these things. That's what I need. Because that's what I want. That honestly, what kept me like out of buying this thing right away was I know a Sentinel like this can be 3D printed. And I've seen it. The files seem to be MIA. I've been checking online. But the Sentinel is not a piece that you really need to be crazy dynamic. You just kind of need a bunch of them. You need the X-Men just standing off of these things. Maybe you buy, or you would have bought one of these and then you 3D print a whole bunch of them and then they're just like in the background. Like, you know, with the Sentinels, you need to army build them. And army building at 175 a pop is not realistic for most people, unless you're a content creator or making money on this thing. But if you're able to 3D print a bunch of these things just to stand there, it'd be great. That'd be great. Going back to Hasbro Pulse, speaking of G.I. Joe, let's go to the sales. So G.I. Joe actually has a really good showing of items for sale. This one, I am shocked is still here. This is the G.I. Joe classified Night Attack 4-wheel drive Stinger and driver. 35% off, so you get it for like 65, I think. No, yeah, 65. Because 40% would be 60. So $65, you get a vehicle and a figure. And I just don't know why this one is still here. This would be great, especially if you have a Haslab, if you have a His tank, or if you have the Rattler, and you're gonna have like the, you know, a display of like them on like a Cobra base. Put a couple of these around. So I'm not sure why this one has not sold out. Outside of people who are just tapped out, because that's the other thing too, right? You have the sale going on, but you also have the Haslab running. You have that cross contamination. People are like, hey, I'd buy this, but I know I'm going to get hit for a charge on Tuesday, so I'm going to hold off. Yeah, to Steve's question, Patrick got that the third. So that's the thing with the Haslabs. And that's where the Sentinel was, the way they were marketing the Sentinel was, hey guys, as a reminder, you don't get charged for this until it ships. So they were like, yeah, just buy the Sentinels. That's a later problem. Where the Haslab, that's a charge right away. Midnight when the campaign closes is what they say, but it should be the next day. Yeah. No, I've the 2 in the box. I remember that thing like 12:01. That thing had hit my card. But yeah, I don't know why this one has not sold out. I think it's a great deal. Something I was considering. Where are you at? This is another one. I think even at 35%, this is a little overpriced, but I'm surprised this has not sold out because you can attach this to your Cobra vehicles. I know there's a picture here somewhere. There it is. So I'm also not sure why this is not sold out. Unless they just order too many. That's also possible. What I was going to get was this 2-pack of here, the Valkyries. This one, when they first announced it, I thought this was a great 2-pack. I was like, you need some female military figures in general. Need more of them. But for your Cobra army build, these are great. Come with lots of great accessories. Build out a set like this. So this one, I was like, oh, I'm going to grab this one. But again, I kind of sat too long on it, sold out. So if it restocks and it's still 35% off, I'll pick this up. I don't really collect too many G.I. Joes anymore, but as I start setting up to do more photography, I always enjoy taking photos of Cobra Commander and some troopers. EC said these companies have just been releasing so much stuff, can't buy everything. Yeah. Man Collects agrees. It's been nuts over the last few months. Yep. JB agrees. Steve said, gotcha. And EC said, yeah, out of control. It's true. Because here's the thing. Hypothetically, if you collect Ghostbusters, not even counting anything else, if you collect Ghostbusters, the Mondo figures dropped. So if you get that 2-pack, that's 200 bones. and then you know that the Haslab is about to close. That's 400 bones. You have the sale going on. Maybe you want to get those retro style figures, but you're like, am I going to drop the coin on that? Maybe you need a new wand. Am I going to drop a coin on that? So even on just Ghostbusters alone, that's a lot of stuff at one time hitting your account. But now you factor in the other stuff: Sentinel, G.I. Joe releases, Star Wars releases. So it's been kind of tight. But I think overall, if you're not getting any of the crowdfunds and you just want to get some things to add to your collection, I think the Hasbro Pulse has some decent deals. I'm surprised this is not sold out either. 3-0 Black Ranger. Maybe Power Rangers is kind of slowing down. Who knows? Rambling there in the house, Anthony. Good to see you. Again, everybody, make sure you check out that review Anthony did on the 2 in the box with Ectotech. It's performing very well. So thank you to those who have watched it. And if you've not watched it, take a look. He compares it to the, they compare that set to the Matty, aka Mattel, set that came out back in 2013. So good stuff here. This line, I was shocked. I was shocked that it did not sell very well. This ended up in Burlington Coat Factory. This is one of the first Hasbro like 2-packs I've seen that ended up in Burlington like 2 years ago, maybe. Because we don't have Ross and Ollie's up here. So seeing this, I was like, oh, maybe we're going to get more Marvel things over at, or Hasbro things at Burlington Coat Factory, but we didn't really get too much after that. But this one, the reason I didn't buy it personally, I didn't think the paint apps on this line were very good. I remember looking at the April O'Neil, was it April O'Neil and Michelangelo 2-pack in person, and I was just like, it's not very good. That set's not on here, but I remember thinking like these are not very good at all, paint app wise. And then because they're turtles, but they're also Hasbro, they don't scale with the rest of my turtle collection. Because like most of you, your turtle collection is probably NECA figures, and those are 7-inch scale. So being that these don't scale to those, I was like, it doesn't make sense to have these. They're also shorter as 6-inch figures. So if I go back to this one here, I don't know if they have them standing up. I thought the head sculpts were terrible too. They don't have them just standing up, but if these two figures are standing next to each other, like the Tommy's taller than Raph. And I don't know, it looked weird. So I skipped this line. If you do want it, 35% off is a pretty good price. They were cheaper at Burlington Coat Factory, so if you get a chance to go there first and see if yours randomly still has these things, definitely check that out. Once Tempestra gets released, I'm done with NECA TMNT Toon Line. Tempestra? Who's Tempestra? EC says, why haven't they released her? Tempestra? Oh, that's that character's name? I didn't know that. Yeah. Yeah, we talked about NECA last week. There's no updates as far as I know. I think they were doing another shipping issue with a Beetlejuice figure, but I don't know that for sure. But that's the only the update I have over there on NECA. I agree with you guys. By the way, it finally happened. Some of you saw that yesterday. Finally ran into well, I posted a lot yesterday apparently. I finally ran into Tatsu at a Walmart up in Maine. So this is a different store. This is a place called Martin's. And yeah, they had a lot of Power Ranger VHS figures. They did have a couple McFarlanes. And then on the way out, I noticed the G.I. Joe figure. I can't remember his name. It's going to show up here. That one there. Talon. This was at Target, I think, for like $10. I think some people found it for. So when I saw it there for 20, I was like, I'm not going to get it for 20. I don't even really know the character. $10, I probably would have got it. But yeah, finally saw Tatsu. Didn't see it at first. So that zoom in was very real. Very excited. And the reason I bring that up is to you guys, to your point, I'm almost like turtled out. Like I don't really need much else from NECA at this point. I'm definitely not buying a playset from them. That's for sure. Now that I have Tatsu, that's the whole first movie. That's the whole first movie. So unless the Toon figures somehow got cheaper, I got nothing else. I have no other need for NECA. And then with all the issues that were happening this week, you know, with the threatening emails to people and stuff, I'm like, you know what? I'm good taking a break from you at the moment. You need that Dragon Zord VHS figure? Oh, okay. If I go back up there, I will look for that one. The one, you're talking about the... Oh, okay. That's the white... Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. You are talking about this one. Okay. Yeah. When I go up, I will scope that out for you. But yeah, I don't know. I think NECA has left a bad taste in my mouth with everything happening. So I might be done for now. For a bit. I can always be persuaded to come back. Going back up. Oh, wait. I need that one ultimate Toon Shredder next year and I'm complete. I saw DC figures for a lot less. It was a whole set to $5 each. Oh, nice. I wanted to address this. My first video I've gotten hate on. So let's pull that up real quick. And we shall discuss.
I'm Roger Grimsby.
So, Anthony got the chance, aka Rambling Nerd, got the chance to go out to the Ectotech garage and do an unboxing of Two in the Box. And I was stoked. When he said he got the chance to go out there, it was an option. I was like, do it. Why not? And you get to hang out with not only a cool dude, Greg, but you get to hang out with the Ecto 1A. You get to do an unboxing. Why not? And sure enough, we got some negative comments off that video. And I know where they're coming from. I do know where they're coming from. So I just want to knock this out. Even I, a couple weeks ago, made the point that I hate the fact that influencers seem to be the ones getting a lot of these things early and the rest of us are left out to dry. Now, disclaimer, that Two in the Box that Anthony unboxed is not his. He ordered one. He's still waiting on it. I don't have one either. Some people did get the Two in the Box early. Greg got the Two in the Box early, along with some other people. They received it early. And I'm assuming these people who got it early, based on the videos I've seen, and if you watch the Hasbro videos that they release, I believe some of them were involved in one or more Haslabs, is my thought. I know for sure YHS was involved in the Ecto Haslab, and Ectotech was involved in the Ecto Haslab. So, and we mentioned that in the video. So I'm thinking that people who received the Haslab early, it was probably as a thank you for helping with the current Haslab or even the previous one. But I do understand the being mad that influencers are getting these things early versus everybody else. I think it sucks. I think that with Hasbro at this current time, I think there's too big of a gap between when the influencers getting theirs and everybody else is receiving what they paid for. I think the gap has been too big. I think that's the number one issue here. If you think about it, this kind of thing happens in all industries, right? If you watch camera reviewers and camera YouTubers, you'll notice, and I've talked about this before, you'll notice that on a certain day at the same time, all of a sudden like 50 reviews come out on some new lens or some new camera. It's because they got them early, chance to review them, chance to make their videos. And then when the embargo lifts, they're able to drop the video. So what's happening here isn't so extremely different than what happens in any other industry. So I understand the frustration people have with the influencers getting them early, but I think this is a case where there's like more to the story than they're just influencers. I think some of these people were involved in helping Hasbro in general, and that was like a thank you. My opinion. I don't know that for fact. I'm just doing the math. I was tight because back when they were getting them, and I made that video, I released the meme, the John Cena meme. I was like, damn, when you realize that influencers are getting the Haslabs and you're not an influencer because you obviously didn't get yours. I was tight about that. And there are people complaining like, what's the point in saying these out early to these influencers? You've already got my money. Like us doing that unboxing video, it's not going to help you buy another 2-in-a-box. It's not going to help sell the 2-in-a-box. It's a done deal. I get the argument. But in a way, maybe that helped with the new Haslab. Maybe it brought awareness to new Haslab. I don't know. But it doesn't hurt. It's one of those things where it doesn't hurt. The reviews come out. The unboxings come out. Watch it or don't watch it is kind of where I fall. I think it's BS that, yes, influencers in life tend to get extras when the rest of us don't, and we spend our money too. It is what it is. It is what it is. My goal is for this channel to become so big that we do get stuff early. That'd be great. I would love that. And I'm still going to spend my money on stuff. If companies want to send things for free, I would love that. But I put my guarantee on this, which is a joke that doesn't make sense to you guys because it's an inside joke with a friend I used to work with. I put my guarantee that I will never let that stuff influence our thoughts, our reviews, our opinions, that kind of thing. And I've said this since day one. The only time I want you guys to question whether I'm compromised is if you see me on a red carpet for something Disney related. Then you can question. Then I will give you guys permission to say, whoa. But until then, we won't be biased towards things. We're going to review them as is. We're going to talk about things as is. I'm going to still make fun of Hasbro and NECA and all these other companies. Anthony's still going to give his review. And Anthony, he's doing an unboxing there. And he was saying how terrible the comic book was. So we're always going to give our honest opinion on stuff. We got a chance to see these things early. If anything, be happy you got to see a video early. You know what to expect now when your 2-in-a-box comes. For some people, now they know how, what to buy as far as mods because measurements have dropped from Experience Explorers, for example. People are like telling you what's in there, the space that's in there, how everything works. So it helps you, if anything. They're going to be shipping out. It sucks it's taking so long. At least it's not a NECA situation where you paid $300 and your set is at somebody else's house right now. Is what it is. Is what it is. But either way, we were happy. We got to unbox it. Can't wait to get mine. And hopefully everybody else who's mad at some point calms down. Just takes it for what it is. Moves on. Thanks for listening to my TED Talk. I actually have those Turtle Rangers nicely displayed. Nice. I was about to send you a Tatsu. Dude, so many of you guys have Tatsus like in their pockets. Like, just tell me when. And I really appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. It was one I was like, I have to find this on my own. I have to. Because you guys know, there's a certain thrill to the hunt, right? I was watching Justin Collectibles, and he was talking about Uncle Tim. And Uncle Tim always makes videos like, it's impossible to get figures, like it's impossible to find certain things from certain brands, blah, blah, blah. And Justin was like, that's BS. Either that's BS. He's like, you could find 99% of what you want when you want it online, when it releases. If a new figure drops and you're like, oh, I really want that figure, you can probably get online from either Amazon, the manufacturer, or third party like Nerdzoic or Snow something, Big Bad. Like, you can find it. You can usually find it day of if you're quick enough. But there's a difference between I want to like complete like a set or a line or whatever. There's a difference between I just want the figure and I want to hunt for the figure. There's a certain dopamine hit when you're on that hunt and you find that thing you've been looking for forever. And that's what I think a lot of us love. And like trying to find Tatsu was very similar to what got me into this game to start with. If you remember, a couple years ago, it was the Turtles, right? The Turtle 2-packs, 1992 packs. Those things, I learned of their existence. I was like, I need them. The hunt began, and it took a year of hunting to finally find them after I had bought them the week before from somebody online. Because that's how that always works. So with Tatsu, I was like, oh, this is very old school. I want to find just this one figure from Turtles. And I know the second somebody sends it to me, it's going to be at my Walmart. And as we saw in JB's videos, in Chris's videos, their Walmarts have like 20 of those things. We've got 0 up here. So I'm like, I know what's going to happen. At some point, distribution is going to work itself out, and they're going to end up here, and I'm going to have already paid shipping and all that stuff, or maybe you guys pay shipping for it. If you're like, oh, I'm doing you a solid. Like, I don't want you guys to do that. We all know the fun of the hunt, the thrill of the hunt. And that's what I wanted. I got it. And I greatly appreciate you guys offering to send it to me. And that's something I love about the community. Everybody here is willing to help each other. Everybody's like, hey, you need this? I found it. You want it? Boom, boom, boom. But there's some figures that I know everybody wants to hunt because it's fun. That's what we do. That's what we do. I'm not home yet, and I only have 50% battery and falling. I get why people are tired of people reviewing it, etc., but we aren't huge influencers. Surprised we got lumped in there. Yeah. That was the thing too. Like, be excited. Hey, people that we like got to unbox this thing. People are just being butthurt, but I loved seeing your video. Thank you. Yeah. No, and here's the thing. It was even said in the video by Ectotech. He's like, I brought Anthony in here because I didn't want a biased opinion. And there are, I'm not going to name specifics, but there are certain people I've talked about before that anything Ghostbusters, they're going to be like, yes, that's great. Yes, that's great. And that's in every fandom. It's not just Ghostbusters, but I feel like that does more hurt than help when you have people like that. So if anything, if people have watched our channel, if we say we like it and that it's good, maybe like, oh, maybe it's not that bad. I don't know. But I also understand us saying that doesn't help because this is a already sold out item. It came out last year. So it's my 2 in the box and I need it now. Yeah. I was surprised when Savage Crucible sent me a figure, no strings, no review required. Yeah. It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling when you get asked to do that. And hopefully you get more, you know. Embrace negativity. They only have ignorance in their heart. Plus, the team did a good job seeing it in 3D. It's less influencers getting it early and more getting backers hyped for their item. Yeah. And I believe we were only one of 3 like legit unboxing videos. I think the only other one, it was a live stream unboxing. So it wasn't even like you were seeing the things come out of the box or so. It's not even like there's that many out there. Let me do a search right now. 2 in the box. Haslab. So Ghostbusters news, obviously number 1, 16,000. EFs have some, and that was a live stream. And then you have Experience Explorers. Matt did one there. Oh, I forgot about the Adam Savage one. Oh, and then Ecto 1 did it. And that's it. And then us somewhere. Hopefully we work our way up. But there's not that many videos like dedicated to just the unboxing. So like enjoy them. And if anything, the Adam Savage one was probably the most novice of the unboxings because he forgot about the details and all that stuff. So it's not that many. Enjoy it. Enjoy it while you can. I actually also enjoy the hate video comments personally. I'm just that kind of person. I call it my hunter's ego. Hit enter too soon, but I'd rather find stuff myself if I can. Yeah. Uncle Tim, yes. Let's say Uncle Todd. Uncle Tim. Uncle Todd is Todd McFarlane. You'll eventually find whatever you're looking for. Yeah. Yes, that's great. Hint, hint. By the time next year, it will be Where's My Ecto? Yeah. Yeah. No, and it's one of those like, I get it because I've been mad about stuff myself, but they make the best as far as like cosplay items out of box. Hasbro is it at the moment. They make the best stuff when it comes to the Ghostbuster line. If there's a delay, if there's an issue or whatever, like at a certain point, we got to just be like, is what it is. Is what it is. I will give them their L's when they deserve the L's. The 2 in the box with the delayed shipping, I think it's a big L. I think part of the issue too is that we thought we'd have it by Halloween. There was like wishful thinking because Haslabs do at times ship early. We thought we'd have them by Halloween. It didn't happen, but they said it'd be in late fall. Right now we're in December. In our minds, we're past fall. Emily posted online. I thought it was kind of a dick move, but Emily posted online. Technically falls till like December 15th or something. And I was like, yeah, but you know, I know what you're doing. So I get it. Thought you'd have it by now. Maybe you wanted it for events or a parade or whatever, you know? But at this point, you're going to get it. It's happening. They're going to begin shipping. We're on to the next one. And then hopefully I was wrong. That's my number one takeaway, I think, after Anthony did that unboxing was hopefully I'm wrong. And my prediction is that the current Haslab is the final Hail Mary. Here's an entire wave. Here's the Ecto 1, both versions. We're shutting down the line. Hopefully I'm wrong about that and it keeps going. But we'll see. That one I'm still skeptical on. And once again, the reason I'm skeptical on it, Ghostbuster figures, entire waves at Ollie's like 3 years ago. So I don't think the Plasma series sells the way that these Haslabs sell. So maybe the model is just going to change where it's just Haslabs going forward. I'd be okay with that. But for now, Plasma series figures don't sell very well. I think this was a Hail Mary. But I do hope I'm wrong. You said Uncle Tim. I just laugh when I see him quoted on other channels. That's a character right there. He is something. He is something. In one video, he'll like, if you ever watch an Uncle Tim video, you should. It's entertaining. No ill will towards the man. He'll be talking about like the Haslab, and then he'll say, but it's like I be saying, Liquid Death is just like the cans are getting smaller. And that's why they be, you know, pushing on CNN about the friggin' aliens. And I don't know why NECA's doing the shipping issue. And you're like, wait, how did we get here? Like, what happened? So check out Uncle Tim, give him a follow. That dude puts out like, what, 10 videos a day or something? So, like I said, no ill will towards him. But I think a lot of times with it's him. And, what's up, Dre? Good to see you. It's Uncle Tim and Iron Ken 3000. The two of them, I watch their videos, fans of theirs. I hit like all the time. I'm commenting, giving them their interactions for the algorithm. The two of them will shit on something so much. And then the second they get it, opinion changes. Like if somebody like gifts it to them, all of a sudden it's a great figure. For Uncle Tim, he'll buy something on eBay. He'll pay markup for some odd reason. The two of them, they spend more money on eBay than anybody needs to. They buy so many things after the fact for a markup. I don't understand, but he'll get something and be like, man, look how great this figure is, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you were just shitting on the line like 2 weeks ago. What are you talking about? But they're funny. I enjoy them both. They entertain me. And that's what it's all about. Make sure I didn't miss anything. I hope you're wrong about the line shutting down, but there is sound logic there behind what you said. Yeah, Uncle Tim's a classic. Just woke up. Solana's 15th birthday today. So yeah, getting up and getting ready. Happy birthday to her. Congrats on Haslab backing. Yeah. So yeah. If you want a figure, if you're on the fence about it at times, just buy it and then return it. Don't toy swap, figure swap. Don't give all these eBay people all your money. I do think the Liquid Death cans are varying in sizes. And I do think lizard people have gotten into the NECA board of directors. What's up, Jose? Good to see you. Great episode. Fun episode. I'm so happy all of you guys got to show up today. I hope I was able to entertain some of you on your hunts. If you are about to go on your hunt, you have something fun to listen to on the drive. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. We didn't talk that much about movie stuff, but if you're going to go see Wicked, let's check that real quick. Let's see how that's doing. I believe in 2 weeks we have Craven. So Godspeed to Craven. Moana 2 came out. That's right. I forgot all about that. 192 million. Wow. That's crazy. So that's at 192. They haven't updated this number yet. Wicked is now at 264. What's Gladiator doing? I imagine Gladiator fell off hard. Oh, 258. Holy shit. Wow. Strong box office weekend. For everybody except The Rock. Oh, man. Was it GQ Man of the Year, The Rock over here? God. Yes, good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. Love that. I'm going to do one last thing. I did this. You guys know me with the numbers and the Excel sheets. Watch General Kenobi show up right now. But it's not what you know. It's what you can prove. So from time to time, I'm like, you know what? I want to test something out. I want to see all the numbers for all these things. I sat here for like the last week and filled out the box office numbers for every single Rock movie that's come out. Pretty much every movie. I might be missing one or two. And we are all to blame. We are all to blame. None of these numbers factor in. Anytime I do box office numbers, by the way, it's not including like DVD sales or streaming numbers. So there's a chance that a lot of things that we say don't profit end up hitting a profit number after they go into syndication. But going based on just the box office movie theater numbers, The Rock hits, man. The Rock hits, and he keeps on hitting. As much as we hate all his movies, with some exceptions, very little red on here. Very little red. Actually, Moana, I don't have a budget yet, but I'm willing to bet Moana's already hitting profit numbers. What I say was 158. That'll hit. Right now, Red 1 is a big minus. But look at everything else. Look at all these other ones. Like Skyscraper made money. Rampage made money. What was the other one I was talking about the other day? The Fast and Furious one. Hobbs and Shaw. Hobbs and Shaw profited $360 million. Facts. So, yeah, as much as we hate The Rock and make fun of The Rock, and he kills things with his ego, the dude still shows up to theaters, and 8 out of 10 times he hits. So, yeah, anytime you guys want to, you're like, hey, how does I think this thing is doing terrible. What do you think long term? Let me know. We'll talk about it. I like doing these numbers. You guys know that. So he certainly performs. There's the A24 movie he filmed. I am looking forward to. Oh, the Hammer, is that one A24? The one for Mark Kerr, or the Smashing Machine, I think. Look at that, General Kenobi. I just said it. I said Kenobi was going to show up, so I pulled up the Excel sheet, and there he is. Out and about, but I had to stop and say hi. There you go. There you go. And with that, we'll let Kenobi take us home. Make sure you guys subscribe to each other, follow each other, share each other's videos, but also to General Kenobi over here. He is ever so close to monetization. He just needs some watch hours. So if you get a chance today, play some Kenobi videos. Just let him roll. Let some live streams roll. Let's get him monetized, because he's right there. He's close. He's close. HeyArcher Live every Thursday. Thank you, sir. HeyArcher Live every Thursday, 8:15ish p.m. here on Nerd Affiliated. We do occasional Sunday morning stream. But so many other great content creators are here in the chat. Again, if you're watching the replay, give them all a follow. Give them a like. I enjoy my lunch times on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, but the man collects at 12 noon Eastern. So a lot of great creators here. As JB says, enjoy the ride. Dave's Dimension is live on Tuesday. EC just dropped a video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to all you nerds in the next video. Peace. Oh, Patrick dropped a video today too on Know Your Craft. Watch that video, subscribe, share with a friend, holla at your boy. Peace.
Basically vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
Yeah, come on, push a button. Push a goddamn button.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.